Hey everybody, hope you guys doing alright. So before I read this, I want to just make it very clear that I'm a big. I don't know about using that word fan, but I like Brad Pitt and George Clooney a lot. So, anyways, just keep that in mind as I go ahead and read this. All right, here we go. So, how desensitized, or how far, or how much has Hollywood led us astray? Or how much have they desensitized us with their movies? So here we go. I was watching the new Apple movie with Brad Pitt and George Clooney called Wolves. I guess it's an action comedy. I'm not really sure. It's kind of what it feels like. All right, here we go. Potential spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen it, you might not want to hear what I'm about to say. All right. So it's about a situation where a top-level political figure needs help cleaning up a potentially harmful to her career situation. All right, so Brad Pitt and George Clooney play two men who specialize in such work, cleaning up fucking issues. So it was essentially, since I've already done the spoiler alert thing, there was a political figure whom I'm still watching the movie. I haven't finished it yet, so I don't know I don't know the whole thing. But the beginning of the movie starts out with a political figure, very high level political figure, having about to have a sexual relation. And mind you, there's a lot of different issues that I've already uncovered, but one of them is this, which is the very beginning, which the political figure is a woman, and she's probably in her 50s at least, if not a little bit older, and she is attempting to have appears to be about to be having sexual relations with a very, very, very young looking. I don't even know if you can call him a man because he looked like he was maybe in his early 20s, but he had the look of like almost a teenager. He looked very, very, very young, which is weird in itself. Like at least a 40-year difference, dude. Which to me, like I'm just being real with you. My detective and spidey senses are going to tell me that, or do tell me that in itself right there is getting people used to seeing and being around relationships with that much of an age difference. I'm just going to say that, and that's saying it kind of kindly, but I think you guys know. And I like both of them as actors, so I don't like that they've been a part of this at all. I'm just being real. Just moving on here, because there's a scene where he's running around his underwear, like the boy, I call him a boy because that's what he looks more like, where he's running around the streets in his underwear, literally. So, and then it's like even later when they get him dressed, they put him in woman's clothes, and like the shirt that he's wearing is very revealing of his young chest. So, all right, let me just move on here. So anyway, as I'm watching the movie, I couldn't help but feel like a part of this movie's intentions is to disclose dash confess up, confess to, show how these evil ones do things. And by integrating Brad Pitt and George Clooney along with a comedic type vibe, I feel like, quote unquote, they could be working to show the world the horrific truth as to how it's horrific to us, but to them, it's probably just it is what it is, how things are covered up and done in the world of the elites. So as I was, but also working to keep a almost non-belief type vibe. So again, they're trying to like desensitize, try to make these things that are happening, which is involving the potential death and then of somebody, like they're trying to make it like not as big of a deal, like trying to get people used to seeing death and like to laugh about it and to not care so much. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm fucking completely batshit crazy, but that's kind of what I'm feeling. All right, so moving on here. So, and in that, these things are happening and often more often than we think, and that there's a whole world behind a veil that has its own that has its own dog eat dog attitude. Well, it's not really behind the veil; it's very prevalent. But anyway, so just moving on, and it's been this type of vibe that's had sway for some time. So this force needs compliance, as we all have free will in a part of the new world, and a part of the new. I'm gonna make another video. All right, love you guys. I'll take care. Bye.